This weekend we have the Ultra Beasts coming into Pokemon Go for a global raid day. So today I'm going to give you the top tips. I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going to be on Saturday and Sunday, and then we will go forward from that. So number one thing, there are two things going down. So number one, on Saturday, there is going to be a free event at the Ovation in Los Angeles, and there will be a lot of influencers at this event. So if you guys do want to come out to that experience, you're definitely going to want to come out to the Ovation. It's going to be free to be able to get in, but it looks like tickets are going to be limited. So I'm assuming that it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. So I hope to see you guys there. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing a global raid day, and I will have more information coming to social medias, and then I'll also pin it in the comments below. So if you want to see where it is, I would definitely come back to this video and check out this comment. So beyond that, we have on Sunday the global raid day, which today I'm going to go over a couple tips, and then I'm going to go over which raid bosses are going to be the most effective to focus on. And just want to remind you guys, we have brand new Pac-Man shirt in the shop. That's going to be at the trainerclub.shop. I love this graphic. It's going to be my remastered Pac-Man. So if you have seen that shirt, honestly, it's been the most complimented shirt I have ever worn. Everybody loves it. Everybody says, oh, I love Pokemon, I love Pac-Man. Oh, it's for your YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, this shirt's amazing. So if you do want it, you can check out trainerclub.shop. There is going to be 15% off on other merchandise as well, all the way until the end of Monday, Cyber Monday. So if you do want it, you do need it, please make sure to check that out, trainerclub.shop, and enjoy. And definitely post it to social medias, and I will retweet it and repost you if you tag me on the Insta story. Okay, so this raid day is going to go down from Sunday from 11 a.m. all the way until 5 p.m. local standard time, and there's going to be a little bit of differential for these raid bosses. So if you want premier access to be able to get raids, you can check the Discord in the pinned comments below. If you want even higher premier access, you guys can check the Patreon and get into a raid group to help you guys get more of these Pokemon, because there's going to be some slightly similar raid bosses, and then there's going to be differentials depending on where you are at in the world. So for the Americas, we are going to have Nihilego and Guzzlord, right? And then for the Americas, the one alternating one is going to be Buzzwole. So we will be getting Buzzwole in the Americas, but if you are in the Asia Pacific region, you're going to get Nihilego and Guzzlord, but then you are also going to be able to get the Xurkitree. And as we do find out later in this video, Xurkitree is going to be a very desirable Pokemon. Buzzwole is also as well, but for a different aspect ratio. And then Europe will get those same two, but then instead of the Buzzwole or the Xurkitree, it's going to get Pheromosa. So that is why having a global friends list is going to be very important for this day. And then in the northern hemisphere, anything in the equator and above, you're going to be getting Kartana. And then in the southern hemisphere, you will be able to get Celesteela. And I'm just thinking in my head, I wonder if there's countries, and I'm sure there are, and you guys will probably drop in the comments and let me know, if there's a country that's split by the equator, and like literally on one step above the equator, you'll get Kartana, and the other step you would get Celesteela. That would be quite a fun experience. However, throughout the day, there's also going to be timed research, so it looks like you're going to be able to get all of these Ultra Beasts in at least one quantity from completing this research, which is very valuable to all of us that maybe don't have the means to be able to remote raid or are looking for other friendships. But guys, just a reminder, you can jump into the Discord and you can see friends from different regions throughout the world. Adding those friends, putting yourself online, sending them raid invites, and getting and receiving raid invites is going to be an easy way to be able to get all of the Ultra Beasts in whatever quantity you desire. And the event bonuses are going to be as follows: 1.25 multiplier to the XP. So when you do a raid, you will get 12,500 XP. On a lucky egg, you will be getting 25,000 XP. So if you do combine that with excellent throws in the meantime, going from raid to raid, or if you're just going ham with your raids, you can be walking in a downtown area with an auto catcher on in the background to be able to get you more XP. I know you can't really raid and catch at the same time, but it's more important to be out and exploring, even if you're receiving remote raid invites, because you'll be in the background spinning Pokestops. You also can put some incense on, and you can walk around, and by doing that, you're multiplying your XP in the background while you have this lucky egg on, and then hitting best friend, ultra friends, or even great friend bonuses during this day, if you've been saving it up, is going to be very important to add on to the stacked XP, because just remember guys, optimizing your XP and your rewards in Pokemon Go is a very good experience for you guys. Not only that, we will be getting increased chances of XL candy. I did make a mistake in my other video where I just said increased rare candy. We are going to get increased XL rare candy coming from in-person raid battles. You do not get that from battling remotely. You get that from in-person. That's why I love in-person raids. I also love in-person raids because I like sharing the experience with all of you guys. So that's going to be very important. And then finally, you will also be getting 5 free passes when spinning discs in your area. So those are going to be sequentially, meaning you have to complete a raid and then do another raid, and then you will get one. And at the same time, if you come in with a pass from the day before, you would be able to get 7 free raid passes, because you get your 1 from the day before, you get 1 from the daily free, and then you get 5 additional, so you can do 7 raids. And one more thing about these battles is once you complete an Ultra Beast raid, similar to as you do an Elite raid, there will will be certain Pokemon spawning throughout the area that we can check out. Number 1, we're going to have Machoke, which is going to be increased Stardust and a guaranteed 1 XL candy if you do need any of this. There's going to be Scyther and Magmar, both have shiny potentials. Remember, Scyther does go into Mega Scissor, so that is a good one to have XL candy of. We're going to get Gulpin, no shiny here. Absol, which does have a shiny and a Mega, and a great Pokemon to get more XL candy of. I love catching Absols. I think I'm not quite to 300 XL candy yet to be able to max my Mega. And then additionally, we're going to have Minccino that does have a shiny, and then Frillish and Dedenne. So if you guys do want to stick around, you can. Honestly, a lot of these spawns do spawn in events outside of here. So if you're really focused on XP and having more of that XP and getting these Ultra Beast encounters, I would highly suggest you move on from this experience. Run the auto catcher in the background as you're walking away, and it will be able to get this catching done while you move on. So let's see, where are these Pokemon going to be best served for your raid passes by going over best of the best. So we're going to start off with GBL, and then we will work our way into meta attackers. So if you do want to skip anything here, maybe you're not a GBLer, you can check the timestamps and jump into wherever is appropriate for you. So for this, we are really looking at GBL. So here we go for the GBL Pokemon. What is going to be effective here? So Nihilego for the Ultra League is going to be ranked 238. So it's not really super effective. However, in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 68 with Poison Jab, Rock Slide, and Sludge Bomb. And this Pokemon we will check out a little bit later is a good meta attacker. And using that Sludge Bomb against fairy type Pokemon is going to be effective. So like we do see Azumarill, this is going to be effective against other fairy type Pokemon, so it will definitely come through. So potentially having this Pokemon on your team, if you are a dragon heavy team, might be effective. If somebody pops in a Togekiss, you can pop in a Nihilego. And then we have the Swiss Army knife of all these Pokemon. We have Buzzwole. The Buzzwole is going to be ranked under 100 in every single league out there, which is pretty impressive. So for 88 in the Great League with counter, superpower, and lunge. So for the Great League, this Pokemon is going to be very challenging to be able to get the optimal IVs. You're going to have to trade it with friends that are going to be less than Ultra Friends to try to optimize, but it's still going to be effective. For the Ultra League, it's going to be best ranked at 14 at a 114-12. I would probably not use Buzzwole for the Great League, but for the Ultra League, it does work. And then for the Master League, it's going to be ranked 36. So wow, impressive Pokemon here. A Pokemon that I would love to have a hundo of. I did recently get the Nihilego hundo, which you guys will see. One of my favorite things that I've done so far. And then the next Pokemon will be Guzzlord. And Guzzlord is another one of those Swiss Army knife Pokemon because of how high its stamina is. It's going to be ranked 14 in the Great League with the moveset of Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, and Crunch. The IVs are going to be 113-2 for the Great League. And then in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 16 with a 116-16, same exact moveset. But just remember, this Pokemon is going to be double weak to Fairy, so do be cautious here when you do pull out this Pokemon. And even in the Master League, it's ranked 84 at 100% IVs, which is pretty impressive for this Pokemon. So it looks like Guzzlord as well as Buzzwole are two of the most effective GBL Pokemon as we've seen so far for the Ultra Beasts. And then we have the Xurkitree. It's going to be in the upper 400s for the Ultra League, and for the Master League, it's going to be ranked 103 with Thundershock, Discharge, and Dazzling Gleam as the recommended moveset. And this Pokemon we will see in a second is also going to be an effective meta raid attacker as well. So guys, honestly, this Pokemon could easily multi-purpose for this Master League, even though it's not the most effective here. And then we have Pheromosa. Unfortunately for GBL, it is very ineffective. It is way too squishy and glassy. It is the best ranked in the Master League at 407. So for this Pokemon, I would pass for GBL. And then next we have Kartana, 460 in the Ultra League, 137 in the Master League where it's best ranked, with Razor Leaf, Leaf Blade, and Night Slash on this Pokemon. And we will also see at a meta raid attacker, you could multi-purpose it here. And then we have Celesteela, 137 in the Ultra League and 115 in the Master League, so a little bit irrelevant, but Air Slash, Body Slam, and Bulldoze is the moveset for this Pokemon. Okay, so as far as GBL goes, the big winners are going to be Guzzlord and Buzzwole for certain, right? So those are going to be the Pokemon. If you are a GBLer and you want to really increase your teams, those are going to be it. However, they do come with a premium, obviously, if you're going for the Master League, so make sure to know this Pokemon, try it out before you go after all this XL candy, and make sure that it's something that you do enjoy before attacking with it. So with that said, now we're going to jump into meta attackers and see where these Pokemon do stack up. Okay, let's start off with Nihilego. So Nihilego, if you guys do want to check out the best of the best, I will put it up here for you guys, but it is best ranked as a poison type attacker with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb at 2814. So Nihilego is very impressive as a poison type attacker. Maybe not the most effective category, but this Pokemon does make this category relevant. And if we ever do have a double poison weak Pokemon or even fairy Pokemon, this Pokemon is going to be in the top attackers standpoint, probably in the top 5, which is really impressive. So for me, really really like it? Would I go after it? Honestly, I do like it. But it also is a rock attacker, but the best rock moveset is 2255, but it doesn't get a quick move as a rock attacker, so having an all poison with a second move as a rock is very effective way to hit 2 categories with the Nihilego. It actually impresses me. Shiny, really cool as well, guys, and just remember that all these Pokemon at some point will have a shiny, so going insanely hard for these Pokemon right now might not be your most effective strategy. One of the things you could do is just start stacking up on XL Candy, use your free passes, get a little bit of XP for the day, and then wait because the shinies will come out at some point, so that would be an effective strategy from me. And next, we have the Buzzwole. The best ranking is going to be as a fighting type attacker as counter and superpower. However, if we do look at the top 10 fighting type attackers, we have all these in here, which are actually not super effective, but if we do want to see this Pokemon, we're going to have to go to the second page in the 17th spot at 1714, at 1716, and there's much better fighting type attackers, unfortunately, for this Pokemon. Pheromosa is actually quite impressive. With Bug Bite and Bug Buzz, its most effective is going to be 2302, and then also in the fighting category with a Focus Blast at all fighting type at 1439. So if we do look at in the fighting category, unfortunately, it's not anything crazy as far as its ranking. It is going to be in the 21st spot with this moveset. However, if we do look at it in the bug category, it is actually the 3rd best ranked bug Pokemon attacker below 2 Pokemon that are not out yet, Megas, and then Pheromosa, and it's actually above Mega Scizor in its effectiveness right there, which is actually pretty crazy. But remember, it does take a premium, and Pheromosa is going to be a bug and fighting type attacker, and it's actually going to have a higher attack stat than Mewtwo, but it is very, very glassy of a Pokemon, and it's going to be double weak to flying, so you are going to have to be cautious of that. And then next, if we do look at Guzzlord, the best attacking moveset for this Pokemon is going to be double dark type at 1755. However, if we look at it in the dark category on the first page, it is not going to be there. It does take a premium. It's actually going to be ranked 13th. And just remember, we do have a much more budget counter that's way stronger as the Hydreigon for the dark type attackers. And then in the dragon category, it's so far down, it's honestly irrelevant. However, one of the best attackers in here is going to be Xurkitree with Thundershock and Discharge at 3622. And it also gets Power Whip at 3104 and Dazzling Gleam at 2398. And just remember, guys, as I remind you, if you're at 25 to 3000, it's really effective of a Pokemon. So looking at this Pokemon being above 3000 quite significantly is really impressive. And one of the top electric attacker was Shadow Raikou. Let's see where this Pokemon stacks up. So Shadow Raikou being number 1, still 3908, Mega Manectric 3780, and then after it 3622 we have the Xurkitree, which followed by Shadow Electivire, Shadow Zapdos, and Zekrom at 3207, Shadow Magnezone below that at 3060. So for this category, if we're looking at one of the most budget counters, Shadow Electivire would be that option because you can get the XL Candy in the wild. Beyond that, Xurkitree is going to be a premium XL Candy, Shadow Raikou premium XL Candy, and Zekrom premium XL Candy. So if you're looking for the most budget electric type attacker, the Shadow Raikou is going to be that option. However, Xurkitree beats out Zekrom, which is extremely impressive and something that's really put me on top. Not quite as cool looking, and it doesn't multi-function as well as the Zekrom does, having Outrage in the Dragon category. However, if we're looking at strictly grass moves, this Pokemon is actually ranked 7th overall at 3105, right below Kartana. And then in the Fairy category, it's actually going to be ranked 6th overall behind Zacian, not out yet, Mega Gardevoir, not out yet, Mega Alakazam is out yet, Mega Diancie, not out yet, Shadow Gardevoir slightly above it, followed closely by Xurkitree. So Xurkitree with that moveset as all electric and the other moveset that you could simply just unlock a second charge move and get one of these other movesets, which I would say would probably be the best served as a grass attacker, is really, really impressive for this Pokemon. So a hundo for me is something that I do desire. And then next, we have the second most effective being Kartana with Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade at 3627, followed by other movesets, but they are not quite as effective. And if we change it to the grass category, Mega Sceptile, Mega Venusaur, followed by Kartana at 3627, which is basically the same strength as Mega Venusaur, which is above Zarude, Shadow Tangrowth, Shadow Torterra, Shadow Venusaur, and other Pokemon. So another Pokemon that's very, very, very impressive here in the grass category. Wow, some of these Ultra Beasts have really shocked me in how good they are, and one of those Pokemon, actually 2 of those Pokemon being Xurkitree and Kartana in Pokemon Go, very effective. And for a second charge move, I would go with the X-Scissor if you do want to unlock it as a bug attacker, because bugs are typically weak, but this allows it to be pretty good as well, which is then going to lead us us into Celesteela. Celesteela, top moveset, Air Slash Heavy Slam, 856. So I don't really think I need to go too much further beyond Celesteela. It is completely irrelevant as a meta attacker, but guys, there are some great GBL Pokemon. There's some great XP coming from this. There's free stuff, and then there's a lot of fun going down in Pokemon Go this weekend. So have a lot of fun, enjoy yourself, and please make sure to share this video for anybody out there that does need this. So thank you guys for tuning in as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level, and see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.